Goodwill, good for the planet and our community for 100 years.
These days, when it comes to banking, we all know there are so many options, but at the end of the day, when you're talking about your money, you want somebody in your backyard who can help you. So Hamp Johnston, quite literally, is in your own backyard. He is here, the CEO and president of Rock Point Bank. Good to see you.
Good to see you. Glad to be here.
So you got me right off the bat because I've heard the buzz about the bank. I think a lot of people have. I did not realize until you told me this morning that you intentionally have just one location.
That's right. We're downtown Chattanooga, Chestnut Street, right across 4th Street from the Creative Discovery Museum. But our focus is on local businesses and professionals. We invested heavily in technology, so we'd love for you to come into the branch. We love to go see our customers, but with the technology, both online and remote, just don't need additional locations at this point.
Okay, so I want to talk a little bit about what that means when you say you're focusing on small business and professionals, because we kind of live in a world where anybody can do what they want to do, but we try to be all things to all people, and that doesn't always work. So that's why you're kind of hyper-focusing.
Absolutely. We intentionally try not to be all things to all people. With the small businesses and professionals, what we're able to do is deliver local decision making, and when there's a need, we can be nimble and responsive, and when there's something outside the box, all the decisions are made in Chattanooga by people that you know, and we can respond a whole lot quicker to that than folks who are making those decisions from outside of Chattanooga.
I do not pretend to understand the banking world. You and I were saying off camera, it's vast. There's a lot you can discuss. When you talk about decision making, are you thinking things like underwriting? Everything from underwriting,
and that's a big one, and I think that comes to mind to folks first. So loan approval. We think it matters that folks in Chattanooga are making decisions for the Chattanooga market and customers that we know. The reality is our customers know who's making the decision. They see us at the grocery store. They see us at the ball field. We think that's important. But what's equally as important is when there's an issue, there's something that needs to be resolved, to be able to know who you're dealing with, for that person to have the authority to make the decision. That's important, and that seems common sense, but that's not the reality in most places anymore.
You and I are about the same age, so I remember we're young. I got advice. I was 24 years old, moved to Vermont, and somebody in my life said the first thing you need to do is go and establish a bank account and get to know the banker. That was pre-internet days when you knew your banker. That tried and true advice does not go away.
Absolutely. Well, and it goes back to, well, I'll say it a different way. When we're out talking to prospective customers, a lot of times what we hear is, I don't have a relationship with my bank, but I really don't want to take the time to move. And we get it. There are very few folks that wake up in the morning and say, what I want to do more than anything else today is change banks. We get that, but we can make that easy, and we can deliver a better experience. And that allows our customers, both business and personal, to manage their finances, to meet their financial goals. We're a big fan of the slogan, we're ready when you are.
Okay, so let's kind of give an example. We've got a few minutes to play with. Chattanooga, as you know well, is a small business metropolis now. I mean, people seek us out, especially since COVID. So often they've traveled here, but they want to become locals too. You can help them with that?
Absolutely. Well, and it goes back to, and this is important, and when we say local, that means something really specific to us. That means headquartered here, that means owned here, that means managed here. All decisions are made here, and our primary focus is Chattanooga. When you define local that way, we are the only local bank in Chattanooga. And so we've got folks who have been here, who have deep roots, who are involved in the community. And yes, we can help with all their banking needs, but we can also help them get into the community.
Right, with their personal side of their finances as
personal
well.
and business.
So people do come here, you see this all the time too, I bet, where they begin with one small business, and then it grows. And they branch out, they look to expand, those loans become important, they've got collateral they want to put up, all the things, because you might even be a patron of their business.
Absolutely.
You know what they really bring to the table. And that's why that's important.
And that's especially with local businesses, there are always challenges. Look, we started from scratch. We understand what it takes to build a business, and the only thing you know for certain is that there are going to be challenges you didn't anticipate. And when that happens, you want to work with folks that know you, that can help you, and a big part of that's having the ability and authority to make decisions.
When did the bank open?
We opened in March of 21, so we're almost 4.5 years old.
Okay, which in Chattanooga vocabulary is kind of new.
Absolutely. And I would also say, in 4.5 years old, we're over $320 million in assets. We're in the top 10 of deposit market share in Hamilton County, which is remarkable based on we have past banks that have been here for decades, and we think that speaks to the need of what we're doing and how we're doing it. So we're really proud of the results and really grateful for the community support.
Well, I wanted to kind of set you up that way because you made the comment that nobody wakes up and says, gee, I want to trade banks, change banks. But the fact is that even though you probably heard the buzz and you know people who've done that very thing, now you hear what he's done in a short amount of time.
Yeah, no, we're excited and grateful. We'd sure love to help anybody who fits into that category.
Well, I love the fact that you've been very intentional and specific with your approach, and I don't see how it can be anything but a win.
Well, thank you very much.
Rock Point Bank, now you know, on Chestnut Street, 558-3400, online, rockpoint.bank. Everything local, everything about you.
There's a reason Kyle Busch hates school zones.